here and get myself so I can hear, or I can see myself and see if everybody can hear me. So just a second, I'm getting on right now. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so now I need to turn my sound down. All right. And we got one person in chat so far, so we'll just wait for everyone to get in. I'll be working on this and finishing this up. Hi, Carolyn. How are you doing? Hey, Kelly. Carolyn, did you get my message? You're not doing anything wrong. I messaged you back on Etsy, and sorry if it took me a little bit. I thought I had checked my Etsy messages recently, but I guess I hadn't. But anyway, I just got your winnings and the person from last week's. I just got it out yesterday, so expect some stuff next week. So, hey, Artsy girl, how you doing? Hugs. Glad you guys are here. And we'll just wait for people to get in here. And this is what we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on two things, but I don't want to talk about the other thing until more people get here, because there's a little bit of an explanation with it. Yes, I got your message, no problem. Okay, great, Carolyn. Okay, I'm just gathering some things that we're going to use on this. So excuse my arms. I'm just gathering up supplies that are sitting around here that I can use. And then let's see who else is coming on. Okay. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Welcome. I'm gathering supplies up and just waiting for just another couple of minutes for people to come in. We're working on this in my 100 Days of Collage, which I'm almost done, you guys. I only have like maybe 4 or 5 pages left, so I'm excited about that. Okay. Put that there for a second. All right, please let all my stencils be in here that I want to use. I don't see them. That's weird. Okay, maybe they're in the other thing. Okay, let me see who else has come on since I looked at the screen last. All right. Hey, Northern Snowbird, how you doing? Hi, Melissa. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have 5 people. Okay, let me just wait another couple of minutes to see if we can get a few more people come in. Because I have something I want to talk about and something I want to explain. But it takes a little bit of thorough explanation, so once I start talking about it, it'll be kind of a lot for me to like re-explain it again. So we'll wait just a few more minutes. Which bag is this? I swear, I have jelly prints all over this craft, all over the studio. I call myself being organized, and I still find stuff everywhere. Crazy. All right, let's see if anybody else popped in yet. Okay. So what I want to talk about is I discovered this thing called Soul Collage. And I didn't discover it. Well, let me get my thing out. I was in one of my, I go to every Wednesday Susan has a live on YouTube, and so I join her live every Wednesday at noon. I gotta tell you her name, her last name, and the name of her channel. These are the cards, and this is the information I've written down about it. So I was, let me get her name down. Her name's Susan something. I don't know why I can't remember it. I write down everything because I can never remember a damn thing. Okay, I was at Susan Taylor Brown. She has a live every Wednesday at noon. And I'm also in her Facebook group. And she does a lot of stuff like this. Like clusters, like sewing clusters. This is somebody else's work that I took a picture of, who I asked permission to do it. She makes stuff like this. She does a lot of fiber art. But everyone's welcome in her group. Everyone does all kinds of stuff. She jelly prints. She does all kinds of stuff too. But her main thing is fiber art. So us in the group, we're all talking, you know, like we do here. And someone said that they love soul collage. And I'm like, what in the heck is soul collage? Hey, Butterfly Mom, how are you doing? So I asked her, I said, so this lady goes, I love soul collage. And I'm like, what in the world is soul collage? And so, if I just hear collage, I'm excited. So then I hurried up and just got off the live for a second just to look up soul collage really quickly. And I was hooked within minutes of reading what soul collage is. So what soul collage is you create these cards. I'm going to show you the cards really quickly that I created this week. Oh. Let me see if I can get down further. There we go. So you guys can see the cards. These are soul collage cards. These are my soul collage cards. Everyone's soul collage cards are going to look different. I'm going to explain them in just a second, just so you can kind of see. This is somebody's work. Aren't these great? These are like nature cluster bundles, which I want to make some of these. These are so fabulous. And she is in Susan. She's also in Susan Taylor Brown's Facebook group, the one who has the live every Wednesday. And I took a picture of her work and used it as a soul collage card. And I asked her if I could take a picture of it and use it in my own personal cards. So these are all the soul collage cards this week that I've made so far. And I think after I explain it, I think that there'll be a lot of you guys who want to do this. It's really cool. Like, you're not just making collage. They're going to be useful for you. You use the cards. And it's really not about making beautiful cards. It's about making meaningful cards. And I'll explain that in a second. I just thought maybe I should show you. I know they're all so different, aren't they? Has anybody done soul collage? Okay. And we're going to make some of these today. And I'm going to explain what soul collage is in just a second. Just wanted to show you the cards. So it's fun because you get to make these cards using collage material, which is always fabulous because I love collage. But then also, they're beautiful, they're useful, they're fun. So, all right. So I'm going to explain what soul collage cards are. Let me just see who else has come on. Thanks, Butterfly Mom. Oh, Lisa, you went to a soul collage workshop a few years ago. How'd you like it? Did you like it? Hi, Janice Craft and more. How are you doing? No problem, Janice. No problem, Janice. I almost forgot that you're Janice Crafting More. It's Janice, because I'm not used to seeing that Janice Crafting More. Anyway, no problem, Janice. Okay, so what soul cards are? So I made a bunch of these this week. They are so addicting to make. And what they are they're cards that teach you about yourself. They teach you about who you are, the good, bad, and ugly. They teach you your beliefs. They teach you about the things you like, things you don't like. They can teach you, if you ask the cards, they can also teach you, they can also show you, be a guide in your life to what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So it's kind of like these cards become a counselor for yourself. And the reason they work is because it's all the stuff that you are interested in, things you like. Also, they can also bring up issues in your life, things that, problems, issues. It doesn't have to always be problems or issues, but it can bring up that also. You can ask the cards if you should do something, if you shouldn't do something, if you're on the right path, if you're not on the right path. You can just pick a card that day. And the main thing you ask the cards, if you don't have a certain question, the main thing you ask the cards, like you can pick one card every day. Let me turn these cards over. And you can ask so just pick a card. So I'm just gonna shuffle them 1, 2, 3. And I'm just gonna pick a card. Okay. So I chose this card. So there it is. So I chose that card. So the question you ask yourself when you choose a card is you ask yourself, even if you have a main question, like if I wanted to ask a question, with my art, am I on the right path? You still ask the card, am I the one who? So this card right here, the meaning of this card is, I am the one who. So when I made this card, after I made it, I asked myself, I am the one who, and how I answered it is, I am the one who is a warrior in my own life. That's, and then what happens, because you're choosing the collage material out of magazines and you're putting it together, the meaning just comes to you because it's all you. You picked out the pictures, you put the pictures together, and you did all this for a reason. There's a reason you're choosing the collage material. There's a reason you're choosing the pictures. There's a reason that you're putting them together the way you are. You just have to trust that. So every card I put together, I automatically looked at it and knew exactly why I did it. So you ask the question to yourself, I am the one who is the warrior in my life. And that's why I have this native soldier, or this native warrior, and then an African mask. To me, he looks like an African warrior. And then I butted it up against a flower. And the reason I did that, because this is how I feel comfortable most of the time, but I do have to become a warrior in my life when I need to, right? This isn't comfortable for me. This is, but I do need to be I need to have this side of myself too. When you need to be a warrior for yourself, for your life. So that's how you can use the cards. If you use the cards to ask yourself, as an artist, am I on the right path? Shuffle the cards, pick out 3 cards. And then again, so here's 3 cards. If I was to ask that question, I'm not asking that question right now. You pick the 3 cards and you ask each card, I am the one who. And then you read those cards. And once you read those cards, whatever the question you have about yourself, or the guidance that you need, or the question you need answered, it gets answered. And so it's like you're almost becoming your own guide, your own therapist, by using everything that you, pretty much your answers. It's like the answers are inside of you and you already know the answers. These pictures and these collages that you did are just helping them bring the answers out. So I know it sounds a little bit weird, a little bit odd, a little bit crazy, but if that's the kind of stuff you like, I'm telling you guys, these have been so awesome this week, so magical this week. Answered a lot of questions for me. It's been guiding me in the right way. I'm loving this. So let me see what people are saying. Thanks, Melissa. And welcome, Melissa, if I didn't say hi to you yet. Lisa said, I'm so glad I'm here today. I never know what realm Angie will take us on. No doubt. Me neither. Hey, Carrie, how are you doing? Thanks, Carrie. Okay, so just really quickly, and we're going to make some of those cards. You can, okay, I'll do it like this because this little thing right here can get confusing. What you need to do when you make cards is you just start going through magazines and you start ripping out any image that appeals to you. Any image, doesn't matter. Just pull until you have a nice big stack of images, right? And then you just start looking through your images and you look at them and you're like, okay, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this. Don't think, just use it. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Just do it. Cut it out, glue it onto a card with like a glue stick. And once you get your cards, you can also, you don't have to, but you can divide up some of your cards. You can have community cards, and you can start looking at your cards and seeing which category they can fit into, or you don't have to do it at all, but you can. Community cards are supportive cards. For example, strong women in your life, pets, friends, teachers, mentors. Okay, so that's what community cards are. Or just so you know, like if you chose, like suppose you saw a picture of Oprah and you made a collage card out of that. That would be called a community card. There's a card called your inner critical card. You can make a card up that represents your inner critic, which you can always bring out and just look at when you're being too critical of yourself, telling you basically that you can't do something. Okay, then there's a card called the companion cards. That is basically, I guess there's an animal for each chakra, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right or not. I'm still studying up on that, and I'm still studying up on chakras. But basically, it's like your spirit animal, the animal that you relate to the most. And for me, it's a deer, but I have more than one spirit animal. I love deer, I love hummingbirds, and I love peacocks. So for me, and I already have a picture of a deer and a peacock in my stack of cards. Council cards are spiritual guides, angels, goddesses, healers, protectors. Okay, and you don't have to have any of these cards, but you can start dividing up some of these cards when you have these issues, when you're need to know certain things. You can always pull those cards out. So, or you can divide your cards up like this. So community cards, community cards are your personality, good, bad, or ugly. So you can make a card that represents your personality, any part of it. Like, let's suppose you're a worrier. You worry a lot. Make a card that looks, that represents you worrying. Maybe you're a Miss Know-It-All. Make a card that represents that part of you, the good and bad parts of you. And a source card is something that's larger than yourself. So, something that you are about, something you are involved in, something that's bigger than you. So you can get outside of yourself. So you can make all those type of cards also, or you can divide your cards up into some of these sections, or you can just have those cards all together and just label them on the back and say, oh, that's a council card, or that's a companion card. That's an inner critical card. Or you don't have to categorize them at all. But that's how they categorize them. And the lady named Cena B. Frost is the one who created this whole thing. And she also has a book and it's on eBay. I'm going to order it. I think it's like $10 on eBay. So we're going to make some of these collage cards, soul collage cards, here in a minute. First, we're going to work on this, on finishing up my 100 Days of Collage page. And I'm almost done, you guys. I only have 5 or 6 more collages and then I'm done. So, all right, let me see what people are saying. Oh, the other thing is I will link below, because I watched several videos on this whole thing. So, not like I'm an expert now, because I only started it this week. But I will link like a bunch of videos below here. In fact, I'll try to link, I made a a playlist. So I'll try to link the playlist so you can just go through and watch the videos. Also, you can always look up Soul Collage. And this is what it looks like when you write it. It's capital SOUL, capital COLLAGER with a circle. So you may not be able to get that R with the circle when you're typing it in. Just put R. Just maybe you don't even put that. But Soul Collage is what you need to look for if you want to find videos on it on YouTube. But I will put a bunch of videos that I've already watched that you can also learn more about. Okay, so, but before I get to that, I need to finish up this collage that I'm working on. And I'm using a technique on this collage that I used to always do to make like everything look, you know, I want everything to look like an old wall. But I want this to look like an old graffiti wall. So I put lots of layers. So the first layer I did on here was just like book pages, dictionary pages, music note pages, just stuff like that. Some Asian newspaper. Then the second layer I did was my jelly prints. Okay, jelly print, jelly print, jelly print. Were my jelly prints or my printables. Then I went and put some napkins on it, and this is some Asian stuff from an Asian newspaper. Okay, so that's I did layers so that I can take a card here pretty soon and slough paint over this and then wipe some of it off, and it'll look like an old wall, and you'll see all this information peeking out from the old wall. So it looks like over time the wall's been painted, it's been roughed up again, it's been graffitied on again, so it's like a wall of history. So that's what I want these two pages to look like. And I've done this a million times, you guys. I just haven't done it lately. I've just been doing my collages and not putting any paint on it at all. But before I do that, I want to do one more layer, and I want to do a layer of stamping. So I'm going to use my script stamp because you guys know I love that if you guys see me do my work. So I'm going to do some script stamping on here. And I'm going to do it in brown because that's what the base of this is a lot of browns. And it'll look like it's in the background because I want it to be in the background. And excuse my nails. I just did them, but then I forgot to, I didn't forget. I ran out of time to polish them, so I haven't polished them. And I did those like days ago. Okay, is this going to come off on here? So I'm just using this script stamp just to put a little bit of script on here. Because what I like to do is when I put the paint over this, I scrape it on with a card, and I only put it in certain places. So all this stuff is peekabooing through and around, and it looks really cool. All right, maybe I need, let's see if I need black. Where is the black ink pad at? Here it is. I was trying a brown ink pad, but it's not really, well, it's showing up, but it's really, really faint. Maybe I need to put some black. All right, let me try this now. There we go. And I don't want this showing up majorly, just kind of faint so it's in the background. And now that I'm looking at it, I can see the brown that I was just trying to put on here. I'll do black, and then I might throw some more brown in here. So we're just trying to get some interesting stuff in the background. I'm going to try using this brown here. And I'll read chat here in just a second. Cool. Yeah, this color brown here, it's called sepia, is showing up a lot better than the other brown I did. I don't know why, but I think it was just blending in too much. Look how big this book is getting. Oh my God, I have to like use these clips right here to keep it clipped together. But since I only have like maybe 4 or 5 more collages to go, I'm not going to, I'll just finish up in this book, even though it's going to be really fat. And then in the next few weeks, I want to do some Finnebar art on the front cover. And I have another book that I worked in too, and it got too fat, so I want to do the cover in some Finnebar art also. Okay. So cool. That just added that little extra layer. This is like a spool stamp. I'm going to take that again with that sepia brown. And just see if you guys are seeing this. Yeah, see that stamp right there? Isn't that cool? I'll show you what this stamp looks like. I'm going to stamp it in this on this pad of paper. Look how cool that stamp is. Isn't that cool? I found that a long time ago. I think it was in a Tim Holtz packet of stamps like 10 years ago. If I didn't know it was so cool, I'd have bought more than one. Okay. So this is just adding more to the background. And the more interest you can add with this technique, the better. Because we are going to be putting paint, and so some things are going to show up, some things are not going to show up. But we want to create old walls of history, so it looks like, oh my God, somebody has, you know, painted this wall, someone stuck a poster to this wall, there was graffiti on this wall, there was just so much history on this wall being built up. So that's what I'm doing, is building up the history on the wall. One of my favorites. I love this cross. I love crosses. I love crosses of all sorts. Okay. So the more layers that you do on this technique, when you put that paint over it, it just looks so cool, because this looks like so much history beneath. It just really adds a lot of interest. And then I love watch faces, so we'll do a watch face. Okay. And let's see, I don't throw anything else on here. Here's one more watch face, which I love. So let's just do this one too. And then I'll check chat, because I haven't checked chat for a minute. This I started yesterday, and I needed to finish it up. So I thought, I'll finish it up with you guys. And then after this, I think I have, like I said, 4 or 5 more collages, and I'm done. So I'll be done the next 2 days. I try to do 2 collages a day. Like, I try to do 2 collages. Like, this is one collage, that's the other collage. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go with the paint here in a second. I'll just clean some of this up really quickly. All right. All right, let me see what people are saying. Hey, Host for Craft, how are you doing? So good to see you. Thank you so much. Northern Snowbird says, someone dug up this wall. Yep, that's what I'm always trying to make. So, Mari says, I'm loving this look. Thank you so much. Hey, Mari, how are you doing? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to really make this look like an old wall. Well, right now it looks like a lot of graffiti, which I love. I could leave it just like this because I love this too. Oh, the card dimensions are 5x7, and I made them out of file folders. And I'll talk about all of that too when we make those, which is going to be in a few minutes. So, okay, I need to get some paint. I just used one of these. So I already pulled the paint. And what I like to do for my old walls is I actually, on my phone, I go through Pinterest and I have Pinterest boards of old walls and old doors. So when I need to refer to one, I can when I'm doing work like this especially. And so this is an old wall that I looked at that was on my phone. Okay, so these are the colors I'm using right now. Let me... Oh, and that thing I made last week, I'll be going back to that, and we'll start that next week or the week after. I just want to finish working on this book and get this done before I start another project like that book I made last week. So, even though I started soul cards also this week, I can't help myself. I like to do too much crap. Okay. But soul cards, it goes with everything we're doing, so. Thank you, Northern Snowbird. She said the bold Asian writing looks good. Isn't this cool right here? This is from a newspaper from some I go to this one Asian grocery store in Chinatown here in Las Vegas, and they have Asian newspapers. So this is just me cutting out little sections of the Asian newspaper. Isn't that cool? I know, because I love Asian writing. I think it is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to use a card. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start using white and blocking out areas with this white first. House for Craft said there was a similar wall I saw when I was in Germany. I'm going to check my photos to see if I have it. Oh, how cool, House for Craft. Fabulous. Let me scoot this over because this stupid bar is in the way. All right, let me see if that's better. Kind of. I hate this bar. Anyway, let me not start complaining about that. Let me take the things off of here. Also, this right here. I gotta trim this bottom up. Oh, I can rip it off. Sometimes I have overhangs just because it's just easier not to have to fit everything to the book. Okay, so here we go. And the reason you want to use a card like I'm doing is because you don't want anything even. You want it to look haphazard, right? So if you use a paintbrush or something, it's not going to look haphazard. You're trying to create age and time, so you can't do that with making things look even, right? Okay, so I think I like that. And the trick is you don't want to get too much, but you want enough, because you want to see plenty of the wall still, but so you don't want to get too much. I've done it where I've done too much, and I'm like, and it just turned out, it looked like a flipping mess. Somebody might think it's a mess anyway, but anyway. All right, so this is good here. I can still see a lot of the wall, right? All right, so the white, we're done with that. I do need to let this dry, so I'm thinking if I should let this dry and then we do the soul cards, and that way I don't have to take time to blow dry it. You know what, let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry. Then after this dries, then these colors here, I'm going to take my card and we'll be taking and putting some brown in here, some of the white, and we'll go in the areas that I hit with white. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay. So let me let this dry and let's make some soul cards, and then we'll come back to this. Okay. All right, I just dropped that on the ground. Oh, Lord. The thing just went splat, but it's fine. All right, I'm trying to find a place for my paint. Hopefully it doesn't dry out. All right, it'll be waiting for me. All right, so let's see what people are saying. Oh, is it full moon eclipse today? Awesome. Hey, hey Rose, how you doing? Yes, happy full moon. I'll have to make sure I put my my stones out there to cleanse my stones and to energize them. I don't know if you guys do that or not. Thank you, Carrie. You're so sweet. Is that bar you clamp on your table? I just got one. You can hang on the wall or stand up on your desk with movable. Okay, Halls for Craft. I just got this, and it's one that stands up on my desk. I had one that clipped on, and actually, see, it's right here. This whole thing right here is the base. This thing right here. I have this thing on here because it holds it down. So this iron thing, or it'll fall over sometimes. But so I just got it, and I can't figure out how to get this damn thing out of the way. It's just perturbing me to no end. Anyway, you know, I wonder if I move this forward, if that helps. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Anyway, yeah, if I work like that, that kind of helps. Okay. All right. And then, okay, I'm just reading, you guys, just making sure what everyone's saying. Okay, so now I'm going to go to, and I'm going to show you how to make the soul cards, the soul collage cards. Just a second. I'm taking my hair out of a towel. I just got out of the shower and washed my hair. So I had my, if you guys could see me, you'd laugh. I have like a big turban towel on my head right now because I just washed my hair. Anyway, I just took it off. All right. So the soul collage cards, let me see if you guys, let me see if I need to bring this down. I know some people just came in, so I'm going to try to do a quick explanation again. So sorry for those who already heard the explanation, but you know what? It's a new, well, for me, it's a new concept. Some people, someone else already went to a soul collage conference. So, sometimes it helps to hear things twice anyway, but I'm going to do the shorter version this time. So these are soul collage cards. I'm just going to show you a few of them. For me, this is called my warrior card. Soul collage card. I call it my warrior card. Okay, and the reason that you make soul collage cards is because these cards are used to kind of like a teacher or a guide for yourself, to learn more about yourself, to learn who you are, what you like, what you don't like. It brings things up for you in your life that you are issues you're having, problems you're having, problems you've had in your past. It helps you clear up and clean up your life. It gives you inspiration. You can use them and ask these cards questions. if you're on the right path of something. Now, every card that you have, like you could choose 1 card a day or 3 cards a day. You always ask the card, I am the one who. So you look at this card and like, let's just say this one, I asked the question, I am the one who. So in this card, when I made this card, I thought I am the one who loves, that loves old things, loves African culture, which is my own culture. I love Native culture, because these right here are like either African or Native rugs back here. This is an African piece here. To me, it almost like an African pick. I don't know if it is or not. And then these beads here look very African, but they look very Native. So that's why I chose this card. Okay, so that's what you ask yourself. Each card, I am the one who is. And then because you're the one who chose you're the one who chose these pictures, you're the ones who put these together, the messages will just come to you. Also, if you have a question, like for example, am I on the right path with my art? I can take 1 card, 2 cards, or 3 cards. And I'll ask each one, like suppose I pick these 3 cards out of my pile, I'll ask each one, I am the one who. And you answer that question, and then it answers the question that you have about your life, about something, maybe a problem you're having, maybe something issue in your life. So they're really cool. I've asked these cards a couple things this week, and it's been awesome. It's really helped me make some decisions. So that's what we're going to make. I will leave a bunch of videos below here that you can go and watch to get further explanation about soul cards. Okay. Okay, I'm just reading you guys. Oh, and if you have any questions or a comment for me, make sure you put it in capitals. Then that way I can make sure that I answer your question or respond. Okay. Okay, Betty keeps asking me, are they Christian cards? No, they're not Christian cards. They're called soul cards. They're called soul cards. And there's different, and you can divide your cards up into different categories. You don't have to, but you can, and you can make certain cards. You can make community cards, inner critical cards, companion cards, council cards, community cards, and source cards. And I won't go into those because I just did that. You can rewind the video. But also I'm going to leave a link to several videos that talk about this whole thing, and you can do further research with that. The lady who created this is called Cena B. Frost. That's her name. Soul Collage is what this whole thing is called. And I found about it from Susan Taylor Brown. She goes live every Wednesday at noon. She has a group. She has a group on YouTube. We always go live, and it's really cool. And someone talked about soul collage cards. I looked it up right away, and I was like, oh my God, I have to do this. And Susan Taylor Brown also has a Facebook group too. So, all right. So we're going to make some soul collage cards. Look how many I've already made this week. I just did this in the last couple of days. I've gone nuts. I love them. So they're a useful tool for your life, for yourself, to learn about yourself, to help you solve issues, to help guide you. And it's all because what you're going to do first. Well, let me get to that. Let me put this back away. Let me put these cards away. And let me not get ahead of myself. Okay. So what you got to first do is go get a magazine and go through a magazine. Now, this isn't a magazine, right? But I already have a ton of collage material. So I didn't go through a magazine. I went through a bunch of my collage bits, okay? And I put the collage bits that I wanted to use for these soul collage cards. I put them in here. Now, you can divide them up into categories, which I'm probably going to end up doing. I have them divided up into categories for other type of collage work. I don't have them in categories for my soul collage yet. So, I just started this. But so I went ahead and I have a ton of, and I just tore all this out recently. I just tore all this out recently that I got to cut out. So you just go through a magazine, calendars, books, images that you see online. You can copy those off. Just images, period. And then just have a whole bunch of them in a container like this. Okay? And then you start going through them, and you just, whatever, like I'm gonna look through these, and then whatever just comes to me, I'm gonna pull out some things and then make a card. I'm not gonna ask myself questions. Why am I creating this? Why am I choosing these images? There's a reason that you're doing it, and it will all make sense and will all come to you after you make the card. Thanks, Rose. Okay, so, now the cards. I took a, okay, you can do anything. I use file folders because I have a ton of file folders, and it's a thick cardboard, but thin enough that I can put it through my slicer. Okay. If you don't have a slicer, I would get one of these. These are fabulous. Okay. I can slice up a bunch of these cards quickly, and this is good for all type of arts and crafts. So get one of those in your life. Hobby Lobby, well, don't do Hobby Lobby, Michael's or Joanne, so you can use a coupon, because they're like 25, 30 bucks, so you can at least, you know, use a coupon on them. Okay, so I sliced those up with my slicer, and these are 5x7. You can do any size you want, but you kind of want to make sure that you keep to the same size, so kind of decide what you want to do. One lady said she did 5x7 because also if she wanted to ever take one and frame it and give one to someone or something, she could do that. So I thought, oh, that's good. So I just did mine 5x7 also, and it's a nice size in my hand. It's a nice size to work with. So I took file folders up and cut them all 5x7, and I made a bunch of them. You can use anything you want that's cardboard. You can also use cereal boxes, whatever. I just happen to, whatever you have a lot of, I happen to have a bunch of file folders. Okay. So, and you just need that, magazines, books, whatever, to start getting your collage material, and a glue stick. That's it. That's how simple this is. So, Lisa, you have that paper cutter. Is that the best thing or what? So I'm gonna start going through this collage material really quickly and just picking out things that I'm really loving these. So I'm gonna pull that out. I'm loving the sunflower. I pulled these yesterday and I just didn't have time to make the cards. So I always am loving roses. And you'll notice that you choose the same things over and over and over. I love those. Don't want to pull those right now. Am I filling these to pull them? Yes, I am. Okay. Love these zebras. When I saw this image here reminded me just of like motherhood. I mean, as a mother, I could just totally relate to the little baby on the mama's back. Isn't that just precious? That might have to happen today. Okay. So I'm just going to pull images that just hit me. And for some reason, I'm loving these. These might be a background. These are like African or native rugs. So I'm going to keep that out. So you just go through your collage material, and whatever moves you that day, that minute, pull it. And I think I've pulled enough stuff. I'm going to make 2 or 3 of these collage cards. Aren't these fabulous? This is this lady's work. I can't even pronounce her name. She's like from like, where is she from? She's from another country. Anyway, she's on Facebook and she makes these dolls. Are these fabulous or what? Oh, I love them. I love this. That has really caught my eye, and a couple times now. Dragonfly. I think it's a jewelry piece, so I'm gonna do that. For some reason today, these are pictures of I think some type of safe. Anyway, those are catching me today, and so is this. All right, so let's stop right there and let's see what we have. And let's see if I can't make a card from those things. And I still may go back into the box of collage material. Okay, also here's the card. Let me see what people are saying. Yes, you could use the extra large playing card deck from Dollar Tree. Yeah, you sure could. That would be fun to pull some with my eyes closed. You're right. And the thing about it is and you kind of are like, why would this work, or what is the deal with it? And I think the reason it works is because there's a reason you are choosing the pictures that you're choosing. Intuitively, and this is all intuitive work. Intuitively, you're choosing the stuff, and you're using your right brain. When you use your right brain, you're more in tune with yourself when you use your right brain. Because when you use your left brain, it's more logical thinking. This way you're using like intuition, you're from your soul, from your intuition. And that's why that's how they explain of why this works. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of things here that I'm really liking. And the reason I like this one is because to make a card out of this, when you ask yourself, I am the one. The reason I chose these boots is because I am the one who likes to walk in other people's shoes. So that you can understand other people. You can understand other people's views and where they're coming from. Because it's not always what you believe, but then you listen to somebody and you're like, oh, I never really thought of it that way. But if you can put yourself into somebody else's shoes, you can be more accepting of other people, other ways of thinking, other ways of living. So that is why I wanted to make a card with this. And I'm feeling like this should be the background for it. So let me cut this out. Are you doing this along with me? Butterfly Mom? Awesome. So yeah, if you want to right now, I mean, just get a magazine and just start ripping out pictures. Just start ripping out pictures, whatever comes to you. We're not looking for the most beautiful picture. We're not looking for just whatever touches you, whatever, just whatever. Also, you do not have to collage a lot of things together. You can just do one picture on a card. It does not have to be 3 or 4 things glued together. One thing could be on a card. I like to have a background on the card, so I might use a jelly print for the background or I might choose pictures that have like it'd be good for a background. Like, see, I thought this might be good for background. Isn't that cool? So I think I'm gonna use this for the background of this whole thing and this. Okay. I thought this might be a cool background for a card. You can also use book pages or music note paper for a background, just so you're not. Just if you're not able to cover the whole card for whatever you're doing. So, like, I'm going to show you. I have some book pages here, don't I? Where are they? What the heck? I had some book pages. Anyway, I'm not using book pages right now, but like this love letter. I could use this love letter right here for a background, or I could use that for a background. Okay? just so the card is covered. And you don't have to cover the card either. You can do whatever the heck you want. So let me move all this out of the way so that I have more free space to do what I'm going to do here. Okay. And now I'm even seeing this on this. All right, let me cut this sunflower because all of a sudden that's hitting me too. So you guys are seeing me do this, and you're seeing me, like, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this now. Now I need to add this sunflower on, and now you're seeing me cut this out. So it's really cool. I was attracted to the concept right away because I heard collage. So I was like, collage? Oh man, I just ripped my sunflower. It's okay. I saved it. But when I was in Susan Taylor Brown's live, somebody started talking about these soul collage cards. And I was like, okay, I've got to look this up. So I got off the live really quickly. I went right back to the live after I looked it up. I watched a quick video and I was like, oh my gosh. I went back to the group. I went, you guys, this is awesome. I have to do this. So, and this week, I think, when did I learn that? I learned about this on Wednesday. And I've been making cards ever since. I try to make 1 or 2 cards a day. There's people who have hundreds of cards. Does it matter how many cards you have? No. But I'm sure I'll be one of those people who has hundreds of cards because I love making them. I love using them for readings, for asking questions, learning about myself. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, because I want this to be the background because I just think it's really, really pretty. And actually it's all, because it's not going to all fit on here. All right. So what I like to do, get a magazine out as the glue surface so I don't have glue everywhere. I'm using this Yoo-hoo stick. I also like an Avery stick. It's A-V-E-R-Y. I use that a lot also. You can get those at Dollar Tree, and they're an excellent glue stick, believe it or not. You can get at Dollar Tree. They usually have when school's beginning, but I've seen them recently too. I used to only see them when they had the school supplies, but now I'm seeing them. You can also buy the Avery sticks, and for like 10 of them for like $5 on eBay. It's a good glue stick. So I'm going to put it down this way. And the reason I'm doing it like this is because now I can cut around this, right? Makes it so much easier than trying to have to even use my slicer and cut this out perfectly. Because I'm not one of those exact measurement people at all. And nothing's ever perfectly square, so then it'd be still hard to cut this out perfectly 5 by 7. But look, this makes it so much easier. And you have to put it on the back side of whatever you want to show up, see? So that's on that side. Okay. And I will look at chat here in just a second. Let me throw this away. Also, I'm going to get a baby wipe out for my hands, and also a baby wipe to keep your scissors wiped up, because that way you won't ruin them. I didn't really cut into glue, but just in case, I just always do that. All right, so now I have a background that quickly on this card. Cool, huh? So now I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this or not. I'm not sure. But I know I want to do this. Now, I really don't want her legs there. I'm not filling the legs. I just love those boots. But that's why, for some reason, I'm seeing this sunflower, which could go right here. Cool, huh? It'll cover up the legs, which I don't really want there. And for some reason, this sunflower has meaning for me. For one, I love sunflowers. You know, sunflower to me is very bright. It represents love. It represents nature, beauty. So when I ask myself this card, I am the one. I am the one who really loves to walk in other people's shoes, because I think sunflower represents love. Okay, now that whole thing just came to me right now, and it will come to you too when you're doing this. It's crazy. So let me get my magazine out again. Where the heck did I put my magazine? Oh, there it is. Okay, like right now, you guys, this is a magazine I'm using, which I probably shouldn't be, for a glue surface. And look, I just found that, for some reason, this just hit me, this image right here. And this is the magazine I'm using as a glue surface. So that image is going to go into my image box. That just happened. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop using this magazine, because this magazine has some cool stuff in it that I'm liking. So I need not to be ripping up that magazine. Let's use a different one. All right. So I want to glue on the sunflower. And your cards, that when you look at, they're all about you. They're all about you. They're all about your life. They're things to guide you and your life. They're not made for anybody else. So, so the cards are really for you. You can show people your cards. You can share your cards, but your cards aren't supposed to be used for anyone else. Because as you can see, look how individualistic it is. Oh, shoot. You know what? I forgot. I got to glue. Okay. Hopefully that glue doesn't dry. I forgot I didn't glue this down yet either. Let's glue this down. I got lucky a few years ago. I had heard someone on YouTube talk about Where Women Create. I love that magazine and I always buy it. It's kind of expensive. It's like 14 bucks. Well, they were clearancing out a bunch of old issues that they had. So I went on... I went online and ordered a bunch of the magazines, the old ones, and they were like $1, $2. I ordered like 20 of these magazines, Where Women Create. It's a fabulous magazine. And I was able to get a bunch. It was really cool. I think this is at the bottom. So this came out of that magazine. Okay, so hopefully this is still sticky. Yeah, I think it is. And let's cover up the boots here. Okay. Hopefully this sticks down good. Oh, I love it. I love it. So that quickly, we just made a card. Isn't that cool? Now, this is how I like to finish my cards off. Let me put this. I like to, you don't have to do this, but I like to take like my black ink pad and just go around the edges. And it just like finishes off the cards. You could also go through and round all the corners with like a corner rounder. on the edges also. I haven't been doing that, but you could. I've been liking keeping them square, so I didn't round off my corners, but you could do that. And that just, like everything else we do in crafting, how we go through and always ink the edges, it just finishes off your piece. It finishes off your card. Now, I'm thinking about laminating my cards, so I'm probably going to laminate them. I think that would be really cool. So there's a card. So this can join the rest of my cards. All right, I'll check chat out here. I'll check chat in just a second. I'm about to have a crafty avalanche. All right, let me see what people are saying. Oh, that would be so awesome to use photographs of people. You can do that too. Anything of pictures, just whatever moves you, whatever you want. Photographs would be excellent. Okay. You love all those magazines too, C. Rose? Yeah, me too. Thanks, Janice. Janice, you're going to try it? It's awesome. Hey, Vanessa, how are you doing? Welcome. If I haven't said hi to you, I think I haven't yet. So Butterfly Mom, how's it going? I know you said you're doing this along with me. What do you do? Are you just getting pictures? Are you just collecting pictures right now? What are you doing? Okay. You know what? Let's just go, since I just found this while I was, it's a dress form. That just caught my attention so quick. Let's cut it out and try to use it. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm just cutting this dress form out. Okay. So now I have this beautiful dress form. For some reason, I'm seeing these roses. I don't know why. Let's see if I can see anything else here. And like I said, I'm going to cut out this beautiful dragonfly. I think it's a dragonfly brooch. And what I like to do, instead of like when I'm harvesting my pictures, looking through magazines, don't worry about cutting it out perfectly there. Just so you can go fast. Just rip it out and just cut around it. Do a quick cut out around it, like how I did this one. And then when you decide you're going to use something, then you can go through and do the fine cutting. I mean, you can do it however you want, but that's how I'm doing it. Because then when you're harvesting pictures out of the book, you can go really, really quickly, you know? Otherwise, if you're going to sit there and cut the pictures, it's going to take you forever. This way, you can get a whole bunch of collage material quickly. All right. I sure wish I had the other half of the dragonfly's arms, but that's how this picture was, so. That's how it was in the magazine. All right, let me get my card out. know if I'm using it with this or if I'm using it with this. I don't know. And like I said, you're not looking to make beautiful work. You're looking to make meaningful work. So you're just trying to follow whatever comes to your head. For some reason. Okay, that's it. For some reason, this is it. This is what I want to do. This right here. And also, for this, I'm going to use like book pages for my background. You don't have to use anything for background. If you want to just put it onto this manila card, you can. I just think it looks pretty to have it on. Even though I say you don't have to make it pretty. I just like the way it looks better with some type of background. So what I guess I'm trying to say is your main goal isn't beauty. Your main goal is meaning. At least it should be. Okay. Let me grab a couple more book pages right here real quick. All right. So remember I was saying you could use book pages. That's what I'm going to use. What's weird is how much I like dress forms for some reason. And I'll be asking myself this. I am the one who on this card. But look at this. I pulled this also. And what is this? A dress form right here. See how you keep pulling, you pull out the same images a lot. So they obviously mean something to you. So, where's my magazine? How could I lose my glue surface? Oh, here it is. Like, I don't have that much, I don't have that much room around me to be losing anything. All right. Let me get this glued on and then I'll check chat again. Is this more than one? No, it's just one. And I find that the glue stick is better for this. A good glue stick is better than using like a decoupage medium, because it'll keep your card from curling up too much because it's not getting so wet. So again, take the sticky side and go down on the opposite side, right? You'll do it wrong once, and then you'll understand what I'm doing here when I put it down on the sticky side on the opposite side of whatever you want your card to, whatever you're using for the coverage of your card. So then, see? So now I can go ahead and cut around. You could also take your cards if you wanted to, and you could use sprays. You could do sprays on them for a background. You could take the Tim Holtz Distress Inks or Distress Oxides and put those on here, and then use water and kind of mesh them all together. You could use acrylic paint. There's so many things. It's just hitting me right now of what you can do for backgrounds on these. All right, so there's that. And you know, I want to age this up. So I'm going to use some vintage photo and some walnut stain. I have that in front of me. Everything's better with a little vintage photo or walnut stain. Look how much better this looks. Right when you just age it up a little bit, it just looks so much better. So much better. Okay, so we used a little bit of vintage photo, and then around the edges for a little bit deeper, I'm going to use a little bit of walnut stain. I always say this is the dirt. This is what really makes things look dirty. Not just age, but some grime up on there. All right, so I think that looks good. So that looks good. Look how much better that looks on there now that we grunged up that card. I really should stop talking about looks, because it's really not about the looks. Okay, there we go. Do I want that up here? Nope, I just want it to go like this. So we can still see that it's a dress form. And a meaning has already come to me with this card. So you ask yourself, I am the one who, and for me, I am the one who accepts my body for how it is now. And when you do that, it gives me, and when I do that, it gives me freedom. And to me, anything with wings means freedom. Means being free, freedom, letting go, letting loose. So that's what this card means to me. So, and that just came to me like right there. That's crazy. I know. So let's glue this down. Oh, I gotta get me another glue stick. Okay, just a second, you guys. I just ran out of glue stick here. Let me go grab another one really quickly. Gotta go over to my little box over here and grab another glue stick. Hey. Gotta find a glue stick. There we are. All right. Grabbed me a couple of them, because when you're doing this, you run out of glue sticks quick. All right. I'm just going to go back over it just a little bit, just in case anything dried. And with this process, I guess you don't use words, because you don't put words on here, because you let the meaning come from yourself. So if you put some type of words on there, it wouldn't be words that are, well, I guess they could be words that are coming from yourself, but the process is that you're not supposed to put any words on or any quotes. You're just supposed to ask yourself, I am the one who, and then that card will answer what it is for you. it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Like that explanation I just gave you, that's explanation for myself. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else as long as it makes sense to you. How often do you do a project that's so customized for you? Not very often. All right. All right, so I'm going to cut that excess off of there. And I will read chat here in just a second. And let me clean up my scissors. And you know what? Something just came to me. I might want to put a butterfly on here because butterflies also, anything with wings to me means freedom. So, let me see. In my collage box, I should throw in some butterflies. I think I'll throw in this pack of butterflies in there, or at least some of them. Yeah, I'll throw that whole pack in my collage box. So again, here's something else you can use in your collages. Everything works. Everything works. And I will read chat here in just a second, you guys. I know it's been a little while since I've looked at the chat. Oh, I like that. So the meaning's still the same for me, the same thing. I am the one who accepts my body. And by accepting my body, I feel free. And the free, what's representing the freedom for me is my body is the little mannequin here, the dress form, and the freedom is the dragonfly and the butterfly. So let's get some glue on here. I'll glue these butterflies down. Because I think as women, we're always tripping over this thing of body image, aren't we? We all have. And, I'm always working out. I'm always trying to eat healthy. I'm always trying to, and I have gotten to the point with myself that I'm not so vain about just how I look, that I try to exercise and eat well for my health. And whenever I exercise and eat healthy, and it's not for vanity, it's for health, things are so much more balanced. My weight is really good and stable. My health is better. I think better. I feel better when I'm doing it for a bigger reason than vanity, when I'm doing it for a larger reason. Look at all that meaning that just came out of this card. Isn't that crazy? So I just need to take some black ink here, ink the edges. You can also ink your edges with a with the Tim Holtz Distress inks too, the browns, the black, whatever. What time is it? Dang, time goes quick. Time goes fast. So there we go. I love it. So we'll add that to my cards. We'll do one more card and then we'll probably finish up that collage page. The one I made look like an old wall. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Mari said, it's not good to charge your crystals under the eclipse. The energy is off. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I usually charge them up under a full moon, but I didn't know about that. And this is an eclipse moon. Artsy Girl says, I'm going to put mine in a basket with my crystals to charge up under the full moon. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, Artsy Girl. I was going to get my stones out and charge them up under a full moon. But then Mari was saying it's not to do it good under, I guess it's an eclipse full moon. And then C Rose says, Mari, yes, you're right. Not good to charge under an eclipse. I'll charge next month. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to charge mine next month. I want my stones to be good. I want mine to be positive and fully charged. I think charging them also cleanses them. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Debbie. Yeah, I need to read more about the moons and just exactly the different type of moons. I want to read about that more, and I also want to read about my chakras. I know there's 7 chakras. I want to read more about that too. So, okay, let's do one more card. All right, so I'm looking at my collage bits that I've pulled with you guys, and just seeing if I can't make another card out of this. If I can't make another card out of what I have sitting here, I'll just pull some more images out of my collage box. Let me see what I got. I'm loving this. This is really hitting me. And again, here's another dress form. What is it with the dress forms? I love this whole picture. Isn't it just fabulous? And you can make a card and ask yourself, I am the one who, and it may not have an answer. So you don't have an answer that day. So make the card anyway. And let the reason why you made the card or who the card is, and let it come to you later. Everything doesn't have to come to you right now. I love this as a card right here. I may add to it also, but I love this. So I'm going to cut a little bit above this, so I don't have to try to match it up. And I love that too. Isn't that cool looking? But it's not going to fit in the card. So let me move all this out of the way. And what's coming to me right now too, for some reason, is I need a watch face on here to put this in here somewhere. So maybe up and through there. I don't know why that just came to me. So I will be putting it on here in a second. How I'm going to do this card with gluing this on. Let me get my glue surface here. I'm going to do it on this side because I have this little part on here from the file folder. I mean, you don't have to cover it, but I'd rather cover it on this side. I'm going to put glue on the card this time. What you want to do is whatever is easier for you to get your images or your background on your card. Whatever it is, whatever way works for you is the best way. Okay. And I'm going to line this up on the, you know what, I'm not going to line it up on the bottom. I'm just going to line it up like this, period. So I don't have to, and we'll cut around it. Perfect. So when you have an entire image like this, just like the other thing, you might want to have the image a little bit bigger than the card so you can cut around it. So it's kind of the same thing I've been doing when I put a background on, but the background this time is the whole image. And I may or may not add anything else on here. We're going to see. So now turn it over and let me trim around. So making your image or your background, if you have to cover the whole piece, bigger than the card, just makes it so much easier, so you don't have to try to cut the background or the image that you want to put down perfectly to the card. You just trim around. Makes it so much easier. There we go. How nice that looks. Isn't that cool? Now, I know I want to add time to this for some reason, so I have a bunch of watch faces in here, which is why I'm going to go through my box, and I probably am going to go ahead and divide them to have, like, I'll have like a place for my roses, a place for butterflies, a place for animals, for birds, for things, for people, just so like if I want to look for something, then I can find it. And I think I'm going to organize them in these. You get these at Dollar Tree, and 3 or 4 of them come in a pack. I think 3 of them do. And they're little plastic envelopes. Aren't these fabulous? So I'm going to organize my collage bits in that. So I'll probably do that tonight in front of the TV. So let's just look at this box again really quickly and see if I can, I have some watches in here. Men's magazines, if you love timepieces, men's magazines are a good place for those. I could cut it from here, but this is a whole thing. Isn't this cool? And I know I want to use this for something, so I'm not going to use that right now. I don't want to cut that apart. But I know I have some watches or watch faces in here. Looking for these, looking for a watch face. Let's see if they're at the bottom, at the back. Yeah, this is teaching me a lesson that I definitely need to have things divided up into categories, and I will do that. I have a magazine full of watches that I can just go to. So if I don't see a watch face really soon here, I'm just going to go to my magazine where I know there's a bunch of watch faces. Okay, here we go. Here's some watches. That'll work. All right. I think it'll work. And the watch magazine that I have, here it is. I have it out. I didn't think I had it out. It's called The Watch Collector, and I just bought a second one. They're not cheap. It cost me like about 10 bucks. I buy them on eBay. But you guys, the whole magazine is full of watches. Look at this. The whole thing. You know, I've cut a lot of watches out of here, so there's a watch. They're all different sizes. There's another watch there. There's a watch there. So the whole magazine is men's watches so that you can get a bunch of different watch faces. But this one I've cut up a lot already. I have a second one, I think, up here above me. So, oh, and it's called, just so you can, if you want to get it, it's called the Robb Report Watch Collector. A complete guide to the world's finest watches. Regardless, you can get a bunch of watches this way. I love it. So I'm going to cut this watch face out. So there's something about me and watches, which means there's probably something about me and time that's important, because I love to put watches, the face of watches in my artwork. For some reason. I'm just thinking, guys, sorry. I'm trying to use my brain. I'm not sure if I want to use this second watch or not, but we're going to find out. And then I'll read chat, because I haven't read chat for a little while. You guys, make sure if you have a question for me or you guys want to tell me anything to put it in caps so that I make sure that I see it. Do I want to put another one down here? Yeah, I like that. I need to cut this off here at the bottom. There we go. I don't know what the meaning of this time is in here for me, but for some reason I have to have these two watches on here. A meaning is not coming to me right now of this card. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to worry about it. The meaning is not meant to come today. It'll come tomorrow, the next day, 6 months later, a year later, whatever. But most of the time, a meaning as I'm making the card comes to me, so. But if it doesn't, I'm not worried about that either. Okay, so where's the other watch face at? Oh, there it is. Okay. This card was already kind of cool. It was like a little collage of stuff that whoever has this really cool rust wall. Or I don't know what you call this, but we'll say it's a rusted wall. It's made out of metal. It's all rusted, which is really cool. And they have this violin and this case, and they have all these guitars hanging up, and this piano key thing hanging here. So they had done, and then of course the dress form, and they already had done a cool little collage of stuff that it's everything I love on here. And I don't know why I needed to add the watches, but I did. So I don't have a meaning for this right now. I'm trying to think if something's coming to me. Well, here's one meaning. I am the one who loves old things. I am the one who loves to collect old things. So maybe that's the meaning of this card. I'm the one who likes to collect old rusty things. Because that rust right there is making me very happy. I would love my art studio to have like corrugated steel walls that are rusted. That would be so cool. And I could make that happen if I wanted to. Buy some of this. They have this at Home Depot, this corrugated looking steel sheets, panel sheets. And then I could rust them and I could apply them to my walls, which I think would look so cool. And maybe this card is, you know, me manifesting how I want my studio to look. All right, I'll show you the card up close and then I'll read chat. Let me get this ink off my fingers. More importantly, off my nails. Okay. So look how cool this one turned out. And what's amazing is how they're just all so different. They're also different, but they're also not different. Like everything you're seeing, you're like, okay, every card you see is so me, you know? But these are all the different. So when you make these cards, you're learning about all the different sides of you. You're not just one dimension, right? There's so many different layers to you. There's so many different sides to you. There's so many things that you wish and hope for that these cards can tell you. The direction that you're going, if that's the right thing. So anyway, I love it. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Yes, Janice, I'm the one who loves old-timey things. Perfect. Oh, I like that too, Mari. Who spends time on making my joy. That's cool, Mari. Okay. Thanks, Janice. So Debbie says to her, the image says, I'm the one who loves music in all forms. Very cool. So you guys are starting to get meaning from the cards too. Isn't that so cool? Thanks, Adrian. That's so cool that you guys just took meaning from the card I just made. So see how, I mean, so you guys, I would love it if you guys want to join me in making these cards. Join my Facebook group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. And then we can all share our cards. Like, you know, every week put on a card or two and share the cards. I haven't put any on in the Facebook group, but I am today. I'll put some in the group. Because I usually pull one card at least every day. So what I do is I pull a card every day and then I say, I am the one who, and then that card tells me about whatever its meaning is for me for that day. Now, if I have a question, like I told you earlier, I will get my whole stack out like this. And I like to do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I love the number 3. So you can do it however how many times you want. Turn the cards over. And then just pull a card. I pulled 3 cards. Now I pull 3 cards when I have a question. Like I was saying earlier, am I on the right path with my art? Okay. So then this is how you do a reading. If you want to do a reading like this about a question you have about your life or about the path you're on or about whatever the question is. And you look at each card and you ask, I am the one who. And once you've answered the question, I am the one who, on all 3 cards, every time I've done this, you guys, it comes up with guiding me and answering the question that I have. I know that sounds crazy, but it does. So I'm not going to go through that with you guys, but I wanted to show you how you do a reading like that. I will leave a bunch of videos below so you guys can go and check out Soul Collage and listen to a whole lot of other people talk about Soul Collage. People who know more about it than I do even. And you can just learn more. Okay. Okay, so what time is it? Okay, so I just have enough time. We're going to do a giveaway, but I have enough time just to add the paint onto that old wall really quick that I need to finish up. So let me grab my book that I threw to the ground. God, you guys, time goes so fast. Goes fast when you're having fun. Okay, so this is dried enough. Perfect. Now we want to add those colors. So hopefully this hasn't dried up too much. Nope, it hasn't. Well, we'll use this color first since my card is in there. So these are the colors I'm going to use on this old wall. And like I said, it's important that you use something like this to scrape the color on, because you don't want to, there we go. You don't want, God, I can't use my brain. Thank Angela. You want it to look haphazard. You don't want it to look perfect at all. You're trying to create age. Okay, now I'm going to go into this dark brown color. This color, you have to be careful because you can get crazy real quick with it. And things can get too dark and too out of hand real quick. I've done it. And that's why I learned. And I kind of go, the areas that I put the white, I kind of go next to those. And I kind of, so that it kind of puts a layer. So every place I put the white is also where I'll put some of these other colors right on top of. Okay, now I'm going to go into this. You know what? Let's mix this together. All right. So the places that I put the brown and the white, I'm just going to add this little bit of this rust in there. Oh, that was a lot of rust. All right, I'm good with that. I almost feel like I need to, do I need to wipe some of it off? Oh, and if you take a baby wipe and you wipe back some too, that can be another, see, that just added even more, like right there. Now you can see this looks more old wall when you rub some away with a baby wipe. It's been a while since I've done this whole thing, so I almost forgot. I'm like, okay. So I love that. I love that wipe back, what the wiping it back does. And exposing what's underneath. It just makes it look more old wall, like there's something below, something beneath. You know? Okay. Yeah, love that. And I'm trying to see if I want to add some gray in here or not. Let's, what the heck? We'll add a little gray. I have it on my palette. I should use it. I'm gonna add a little gray where I added white that I haven't really touched yet. A little gray with the white will look really good. There we go. Very cool. Do I need to wipe anything back? I might wipe this back here. Cool. All of that. And let's wipe back here. So I'm just taking a wet baby wipe and just wiping back in certain areas, it creates a smear, and also you can see what's behind it at the same time. It really helps that age look, doing the wipe back, wiping it back a little bit. The smearing and then looking at seeing what comes up both add to that age look. All right, I think we've accomplished what we want to accomplish. Let me get a baby wipe for my hands, and then I'll kind of bring this down so you guys can see. To me, this looks like a cool old age wall. Some people may be like, girl, that's a damn mess. But I'm a little strange. I like artwork like this, so I'm good. I'm just making sure I don't want anything else wiped back at all. Okay. I'm just looking at this just really quick to see if I want anything else wiped back. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. I'm going to bring this down so you guys can see a little closer. Oh. So it looks like an old wall, in my opinion, that looks just really aged, and there's so much history and information on this old wall. And there we go. Oh, there is one other thing I want to do. One other thing, I believe. But I need stencils. Yes, they're right here. This last little thing really starts bringing things together. It makes it look like there's some graffiti on top of all of this. All this whole thing, and then there's still some more graffiti on here. This kind of gives a finishing touch, in my opinion. So just a second, guys. This, and I need some black paint. Okay, so I'm taking some black acrylic paint, and I'm taking these stencils like this, and in black, just putting it in certain places, just like little things, like right here. This cartel post, it says Cartier Postal. Do I know what that means? No. Do I care? No. Cool. And these little things that you add to it just really add that graffiti. Like, this is some graffiti now that someone took and now put the graffiti on top of all of this decay. This is the word Paris. I don't know if anyone is going to put the word Paris on an old decayed wall, but my decayed walls, they're going to have that on there. I put some numbers on the bottom there. See how this just, I don't know, it just adds a little something to it. Oh, I want to use this. This is Asian symbols stencil. You guys, this was a Delta stencil I picked up for like $1 at Michael's a long time ago. And look how cool that is with those Asian let me use this. The Asian symbols on here. Then this Asian symbol I'm using right here means water. Putting the Asian symbols really adds a cool factor. This right here means wind. So we're going to use that one. And I will check chat here in just a second. And let me just see if I want to add anything else on here. I feel like I want to add another set of numbers of some sort. Like right here, 751. I think that'll look cool. We're going to go just a little longer today because I started a little late today. So we can go just a little bit more. There we go. See how cool, okay. See how cool that looks now? I just think that just adds to the whole thing. It just finishes it off so good. Okay, so let me go ahead and move this book over and do some to this side. Let's do that 751 again, and we'll do it right here on the edge. Bam. What else do we want to do? Let's do the number 52 industrial down here at the bottom. Now this stencil I'm using is an Andy Skinner stencil. Love his stencils. I think they are some of the best stencils. They're very Tim Holtz. They're just cool. Let's put right here, it says ticket number 37. Let's put that up here at the top. There we go. And then let's do some Asian symbols. We'll do two of them right here, one here. Bam. And we'll put another Asian symbol right here. This means earth. This one here. This one's water or wind. This one means earth. Right there. Okay, and all I'm seeing is one more thing, some more numbers I feel need to go right here. There we go. Do I want to do anything else, or do I like the way that looks? I think I like the way that looks. We're good. Okay. So now you can see like what that adds to. I just think that just adds, it just finishes it off. And now the only other thing, I'm not going to do it now because I want things to dry, is I'll take a Stabilo and go around the edges just to give that black smoky finish to the edges. But I'm not going to do it right now. And then I love how this one turned out too. So we are done with that. I'm not going to have a focal point, Northern Snowbird, believe it or not. I'm not going to have a, I'm not. You like the grunge? Thanks. Yeah, sometimes I do. These are such a good technique for a good background. But I'm not going to, thank you, C Rose. I'm not going to do a background. I'm just going to do a grungy wall look. A wall of grungy old history. Thanks, Butterfly, Mom. I know, I think things like this are gorgeous too. You know, some people will go, why would you call a grungy old wall of history gorgeous? But to me, that's beautiful. So, hey, Creative Wings, how are you doing? So good to see you. Yeah, Mari, a bit of sandpaper would be awesome too. I have sandpaper right here. I have a sandpaper block somewhere. I have it right in front of me. But the problem right now is that it's so wet still right now. But you're right. I probably will take some sandpaper to some of this. Especially to some of the symbols I put on here last. To scruff some of them up would be really cool. Thanks, Butterfly Mom. Thanks, Artsy Girl. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Rose. Okay, Mari says Baby Wise is probably better for just paint. Sorry, I used texture paste applied the same way and then sand back. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's, you know what? When I used my baby wipe and I wiped it off, that's kind of the same thing as sanding. You're right. Actually, I think it's, you know, it's a faster way of doing it if for both of them can give a different look. So both techniques are great for kind of sanding it back or baby wiping it back. You finished your card? Butterfly Mom, put it in the Facebook group. I want to see it. And if you like, you can share what the meaning of it is with us if you'd like. You don't have to, but I would love to see the card. Okay, good. I'm just trying to read if anyone has anything else to say that I didn't get to. Okay, so we're going to have the giveaway. And for those of you who won last week, I just got stuff out yesterday. I usually get stuff out Thursday or Friday. Since I had coronavirus, you guys, I get a runny nose that is at a nasal drip every 6 weeks. And then I'm fine the next day. It's the weirdest thing. So the whole day I'm at a nasal drip, and this happened to me on Thursday or Friday. Anyway, it got me behind for the rest of the week. I think it was Thursday. And it happens to me every 6 weeks. I have a nasal drip that is just, it's like a faucet, and then it goes away. It goes by the evening time, it's done. And by the next day, I feel fine. It's really crazy. Okay. That coronavirus is something else. It is something else. Okay. Let me put this down. Let me clean up a tad bit. Talk amongst yourselves, and I will get the giveaway stuff ready. So anyway, that post-nasal drip thing took me down for the day and kind of got me a day behind, so sorry about that. Just a second, I'm wiping my hands up really quickly. Let me wipe up my surface, make sure that this is clean of paint. I think we're good. Let me get a paper towel. Thank you, Janice. I don't know what it is with me and grunge, but that's just what I love. I just love it. I'm obsessed. Not just love. I'm obsessed with grunge. Everything old, everything ripped and torn and tattered, antiqued, all of that. All right. Oh, I hardly drank any water today. Thanks, C. Rose. Okay, let me see. Yes. C. Rose, you love grunge too. I know. We both love grunge. Thanks, Melissa. And if I haven't said hello to you and welcome to the group, welcome. I don't know if you just joined or if I just didn't see you. Thanks, Janice. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, let me bring this up a little bit so it's not in the way. There we go. All right, stop tipping. What the heck is going on? All right, this is good enough. All right, let me get Janice and Artsy Girl, I'll be sending you a link for you guys to get your downloadables that I always give you guys every month for being the moderators. Okay, so this is May's printables. I just did a video. If you want to see how I use these printables in collages, I just did a video a couple days ago doing my 100 days of collage. So these are all jelly prints. Some of these jelly, and the backs are always jelly prints. Some are jelly prints with stenciling over them. So I'm just going to go through them really quickly. Every 5 pages is $2.50. some look alike, but they're not. They're similar, but not alike. I did all these jelly prints at one time, so everything really goes together well. I have 2 of these pages, but they're not the same. I know you're like, girl, are those the same? Nope, they're not. See how these 2 look similar, but they're not. See, they're different. Or even all 3 of these. See how they look like similar, but they're not. And again, look same, but they're not. Okay. And then Mucha, the artist Mucha, because it's public domain, I'm able to add these to my kit, to my digital kits, and it's all digital. So you go to my Etsy shop. Everything's digital download, and because this is public domain, I can go ahead and add these to my packets. So here's 4 more of the Mucha's artwork you can put, especially for focal points, or if you do junk journals. Any of this can be used in junk journals, not just collages, or you can use them in mixed media, you can use them in collages, you can make cards with them, you can use them for junk journaling. So much stuff you can use all that for. Okay, so that's Mace Printables. And I made up a Facebook group that nobody belongs to, except for people who are going to win these downloadables. I'll give you a temporary link to it, which it'll expire within like a week. And then you'll be able to download the pictures. I give you the directions and everything. It's really easy, okay? To be able to download the pictures, at least to your computer, so you can print them out whenever you want. Okay, so we got printables, Mace Printables. I need to use this week. Look for a video. This is a thick, strong, hard to tear, absorbent Asian calligraphy paper that I got from Daiso. This is fabulous, and I felt it. It's nice and thick. And I wanted to get to a video this week, and I hadn't got to it. I want to get to a video where I'm testing out this paper. I bought this one and another one. So that's also for the giveaway. But I think it's going to work really nicely on the jelly plate. And I want to know if it works nicely, because I want to go back and pick up a bunch more. Because for even at $1.75, picking up 50 sheets for $1.75, you guys, that's good for paper. So we have that one, and we have, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I just told you guys the wrong one. That's not the one I'm giving away. This is the one. Sorry. This one's mine. This one has a little bit, and this one has a little bit of color to it. It's a little bit tan. And I love using a tan paper, especially if I want to put something on there and use that as the background. Anyway, it's also heavyweight also, and it's very thick. So that's the one I'm giving away. This other one is part of my own stash. Sorry. Yeah, that's my own stash. I'm about to give my own stash away. What am I doing? Let me see what else I got going on here for giveaways. And then we have some coloring books. Desert Bloom. These are all adult coloring books. Creative Animals. Another animal one. Adult coloring etchings. And then let me see what else. Just a second. I've got way too much stuff in my little box here of prizes, giveaways. If you like trolls, there's a notepad and a sticky notes or a list pad. And I think that's it for today. Let me just see if there's anything else down here I want to give away for today. Just a second. Okay, I think that's it for today. I was going through all my other stuff. So, this is what we have. Okay, so let me get out my Oh, okay. Rules for the giveaway. I hate talking about rules. One number only. I'll give a few seconds after I close it. I'll give a few seconds later if a number pops up because there is a lag. If you win the first time, you can't do it a second time, just to give other people a chance. There's some other rules. But, oh, the other thing is once I'm going to choose a number, and when I choose a number, the first person that gets it, I'll call it right then. Even if you haven't got your number down, I call it, just because it's too hard for me. It's easiest when I just first see the number to call it right then. Okay. Thanks, Janice. Okay. So, okay, Archie, so there's 17 in chat, but now there's 15 in chat, I guess. Okay, so it's going to be numbers, and don't put a number until I say go, okay? So it's going to be, let me choose a number really quick. Okay, it's going to be numbers 1 through 15. Go. Oh, and if nobody guesses the number, it's the person who gets closest to the number rounding up. That's an important rule I forgot to say. So just like in money, whoever gets closest, we're going to round the number up. Okay, Melissa, you got it. Yay. Melissa, number 12. So, Melissa, what would you like me to send you? And Melissa, what you'll need to do after you tell me what you want, unless it's the printables, I'll need to get your address. So you can go to my, below this video or below any of my videos, there'll be a link to my Etsy shop. Message me at my Etsy shop and give me your address. Let me know what your YouTube name is and your real name, okay? So I don't get confused. Melissa Seifert, S-E, what is it? S-E-I. Or just let me know if your YouTube name and your real name are the same, just so I can line those two up. Okay. Okay, did Melissa tell me what she wanted yet? I don't think so. Okay, so Melissa, which thing down here did you want? Do you want the troll set? Do you want any of the coloring books? Do you want the printables that are in here or the calligraphy paper? So I'm just waiting to see what Melissa wants, and then we'll do one more giveaway. Your name is the same, and you want the trolls. Okay. Don't just love the troll stuff? I love it. Isn't it so cute? I saw this at Dollar Tree, and when I seen it, it's by Crown Jewels. Crown Jewels has the cutest stuff. I was like, oh, yes, please. I have a couple in my own personal stash, too, because I love them. Okay, so, love me some trolls. All right, let me put this down somewhere where it's not going to get paint on it. Okay, so we're going to do this one more time. And now how many people do we have? We have 13 people, right? Okay, so it's going to be 1 through 13. Let me choose a number first. Okay, I got a number. Go. 1 through 13. One number only. Dang. Carolyn, girl, you've been lucky. You got so much stuff coming in the mail. Look, Carolyn. Wait. Oh, sorry. I got messed up. I chose number 9. Sorry, Carolyn. Mari got it, I believe. Let me just check. Let me make sure. Yes, Mari got number 9. Okay, so I'm just making sure that because I messed up already once. Yep, Mari's the winner. So number 9. Yay. So Mari, what do you want? What gift do you want? Thanks, Artsy Girl, for double checking that for me. The art paper. Girl, I want that art paper too. That paper is the bomb. I think it's the bomb. I'm sure it's going to be good. I mean, it's paper. It's going to be great on our jelly plate. It's going to be great to make, you know, papers for collage material from it. This stuff is going to be fabulous. So I'll put your name on it. You're welcome, Mari. And then Northern Snowbird has a question. Are we waiting for Angie, or how are we doing this? I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm sorry. Okay, so congratulations to everybody. And Northern Snowbird, I'm not sure about your question. So if you want to ask me again, I can try to answer that. Okay, you guys, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys were inspired. I hope you guys like those soul collage cards. I would love for you guys to join me and start making those soul collage cards if that's something that interests you, and then join the Facebook group and start sharing your cards with the rest of us. And maybe not ones that are too personal. I mean, one card may pop up that, you know, it's, you know, something deep in your life that you are facing or you have questions about. I'm not saying share those cards, but I'd love to see people sharing their cards and what some of their cards mean to them. And then we can do it together. Does that sound good, you guys? Yeah, and then Northern Snowbird, I think yeah, no, Snowbird, I think I'm not sure what happened, but whenever I say, okay, numbers 1 through whatever, like 1 through 12, go, that's when you need to go. So for next time, if that was confusing to you. If it was, I'm sorry. Okay, you guys, that is it. I will see you guys next week. See you next Sunday at 2 o'clock. And I hope you guys make the soul collage cards. I just think it's fabulous. Okay, you guys, I will talk to you guys next Sunday, 2 o'clock. All right. Bye.